there, this is Tamara of RuckWood Recovery. I hope you all are having a beautiful day. So I want to answer the first question that came in, and thank you all for submitting your questions. I really appreciate it because I love answering questions. So the very first question is, how long does it take? How long does the claims process take from start to finish? And it depends on, and my biggest answer to that is, it depends on what kind of property that you are claiming or what kind of financial asset you're claiming. Are you claiming state unclaimed property or are you claiming tax foreclosure surplus? Because those are handled by two separate entities. One is state level, one is county level. Believe it or not, the state level, it's very efficient. The claims process is very efficient. The state treasury does a great job at processing claims. It's typically 90 days and under. We make sure we haven't had a claim take longer than 90 days. So thank goodness, fingers crossed. We send everything to them via priority 1-day shipping. We make sure they get all documentation properly, in the proper order, and we leave no stone unturned and make sure that claimant has a check in their hand within that 90 days. For tax foreclosure surplus, there are so many circumstances at play there that it really does depend. It depends on if there was a beneficiary deed on file for the property that was recorded with the county recorder's office. It depends on if there was a will, if there was an affidavit of heirship, if it needs probate or not, and also depends on the county. It really does depend on the county because some counties are really, really great at paying these claims out. They care about paying people out. They care about the claimants. They care about honoring judgments when we get a probate judgment for a claimant. The quickest claim that I've ever had paid out, a claim that I handled where I had it paid out from start to finish was 12 days, So submitted it to the county, put it together. It took maybe a week to put it together, and gather all the documentation. Submitted it to the county, and it was paid out in less than 12 days, honestly. But 12 days from start to finish, the claimant had a check in their hand. So that was amazing. That county does really well at paying them out, and they actually care about the claimants. They care that they received a properly structured and filed claim packet. But then there are other counties where the county collector just drags their feet just because they can. Those can take anywhere from 3 to 6 to 9 months, depending. Obviously it's going to also depend on if you got to go through probate. But even when we get a probate judgment, and we submit that with the claim, sometimes a county collector can decide that they don't want to honor the judgment and there is no oversight over that department. We will push and push and push and push, and we will see me speaking at county council meetings, for certain county council meetings, pushing the county collector or the county council to do something about it, because the county collector should never ignore a judgment. And unfortunately, some county collectors will take advantage of their position and abuse their position and just refuse to honor court judgments for no apparent reason whatsoever, other than they just don't feel like it, or they just want to drag it out and gain more interest on that money, because the county does gain interest on that money that's sitting there. So they want to bring in more money for the county, so they just choose to do whatever they want to do because they feel like they don't have any real oversight. In those particular counties, you will see me pushing for policy change and pushing for oversight so this doesn't continue to happen. And so for tax foreclosure surplus in those particular counties, I would say, anywhere from 6 to 9 months, and 6 to 9 months is the most realistic time frame. Even if your claim did not require probate, there are some county collectors where the claim is straightforward. They just drag their feet. I've had a county collector tell me, I was just so busy with blah, 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 that I didn't get around to it. And having to let her know that that's not an excuse. And they don't like hearing that very much, but it is what it is. Claimants deserve to be treated with with respect. And if their job is to safeguard money and disperse it according to law, then that's what they should do. So that is my answer to you. For state unclaimed property, 90 days and under, and for tax foreclosure surplus, and I say realistically, typically, it could take that 6 to 9 months, but the aim and law states that 90 days. And again, we are pushing for policy change on that. Again, though, there are counties that pay it out extremely quickly because they actually care about their citizens, and there are other county collectors that just don't care at all, who will drag their feet on purpose. And so for those counties, I'm going to say 6 to 9 months. For the good counties, I'm going to say no more than 90 days. Alrighty, so I hope you guys have a beautiful day. For more education on this, visit www.RuckWoodRecovery.com. Shoot an email to rwr@RuckWoodRecovery.com, or give a call to 314-692-4272. We're happily standing by to answer your questions. Till next time, take care.